What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Creative Differences Podcast. Today, Demi's going to tell you what we're talking about.
What?
So,
I think we're going to say today I'm Dallas, like any other day. Who knows?
Are you not Dallas today?
they know who I am. I'm Dallas. In case you didn't know, in case this is your first time, welcome. If this is your first time listening, thanks.
I'm Colin.
And I'm Demi, and welcome to our Fancast Friday. Today we will be doing Batman, the Bat Family, actually, and this is going to be part one of probably a Batman series.
Yeah, we'll see.
Don't know how many parts there will be, but for certain we know that there will be two, and this is part one.
Also, you can't see it, but our tablecloth has bats on it because Halloween is coming.
And you guys don't know
relatively
this, but it's actually Batman Day today.
Happy Batman Day
Happy belated Batman Day.
to you.
So today we will be, like I said, we're going to fancast Batman, but we're going to be fancasting. I think we all agreed that we're going to fancast according to Robert Pattinson's casting as Batman. I'm not.
I'll say I agreed to that. That's fine.
I wasn't really ever sure about that, but sure.
All right, I went according to Robert Pattinson's casting as
Got it.
Batman
Makes sense.
because that's the Batman we're currently dealing with. Don't know if he's in the DCEU or not, so my cast is a mixture of like, hey, they could be, but they don't have to be.
Is Ben Affleck's Batman like dead? What's the deal with that?
Nobody knows.
He's just
Ben
never
Affleck just
coming
left,
back.
and that's it.
Okay. Well, all right. Good to know.
So let's get this started, shall we?
Yes.
The rules were that you could not cast anybody who's already in the DCEU, just in case this movie does take place in the DCEU. Outside of that, I don't think we really had any rules unless you had your own specific guidelines, which I know some of us do have those.
Right. Yeah. I was just like, nobody in the DCEU, just in case.
So let's start it off. Dallas, our first person is going to be Alfred Pennyworth, Batman's butler.
Yes. Batman's main family. So I was trying to think, old and British. Initially, I just wrote down Jeremy Irons again because I didn't know what this movie was. And I was like, if it's the DCEU, I just want to keep Jeremy Irons. But then they're like, it is, it isn't, we don't know. I honestly don't think it's related anymore.
I don't either.
Yeah. So I took off Jeremy Irons and I was like, oh my God, what do? I needed someone who could be really sarcastic
Okay.
and like kind of snarky, but also British. So I picked Hugh Laurie.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice one.
Yes.
I see it.
And it's funny because whenever I think of him, I think of an American doctor because he's always playing house. And like at his most sarcastic, I always picture him with an American accent.
I think of him as the dad from Stuart Little.
I forgot about that. I forgot all about that. Yeah, I'm like, you can just be house, but less of a dick and more British. I know you can do that.
Because you are.
Exactly. You're British and hopefully you're less of a dick than you are in house. But yeah, also I really like him as an actor. So that's my Alfred.
Colin.
Cool.
It's a lot of cools.
Old, probably white, British. I went with Anthony Hopkins
Okay.
because he is all of those things.
Probably white.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Also, like, he's great in things. I like him in things. So yeah, why not? He can play an old stuffy butler who's not always stuffy.
Who's not old?
He just scares me.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, yeah.
Definitely. But I think that works.
Okay. I think it's just, like when I see him, I instantly think you eat people.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing that was he could go from, can I get you some tea to you broke into Wayne Manor and now I got to break your legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Exactly. He might be,
That's a good way of looking at it.
yeah, Batman's butler by day, but also one of his worst enemies by night. He's eating people in the basement and Bruce just doesn't know about it.
Or that super spy that they're making a TV show about on Epix.
I think that show's out already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
out.
it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Any listeners, if you've seen Pennyworth on Epix, let us know if he eats people. Also, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcast, you might want to head over to YouTube just because we're going to have pictures of all the people that we name. Because Demi exclusively likes obscure actors and actresses. And you
It's
might
true.
not know who any of them
it's
are.
absolutely true.
It's not exclusive.
honey.
It's not exclusive. She also really likes Margot
like
Robbie.
a 90-10.
Yeah.
It's not like a 90-10. It's like a... We'll give it like a 70-30. 70
Fair.
obscure, 30 mainstream.
Okay, I can give you that reach. Also, she's just really good at editing, and she picks really great pictures. So if you want to look at something instead of just listening to our voices, then, head over to YouTube. You see what all these people look like. Speaking of people, obscure people probably, Demi. Who's your Alfred?
My Alfred is actually not obscure.
Ah, surprise.
Well, at least not to me. He shouldn't be obscure to other people.
Well,
obscure
no one's
to
obscure to
you?
you because you know them.
That's not true. You guys put us up a news link the other day that made me go, who are these people?
That's true.
So yeah, my Alfred is actually Anthony Stewart Head. most well known for playing Giles on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He also played Uther on Merlin. He's a very famous English
feels
actor.
to me like, I don't know. On the one hand, I like it because he's already played that character. On the other hand, I don't like it because he's already played that character.
Well, yeah, that was my thought. Was just like Giles is so very much kind of already an Alfred Pennyworth character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Definitely.
except that he's not a butler; he's a librarian. But the same thing kind of applies. He's the person who's guarding or kind of not really mentoring either, like the hero of the story.
Yeah, but he's supporting.
But he's the supportive figure who's also the parental figure as well for whoever's missing in their life. Buffy doesn't have a dad. Her dad figure is Giles.
Right.
So I thought that like he's perfect for it, and also he's reached an age now where he is actually age appropriate to play Alfred.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, I don't know why I was having such a hard time coming up with English actors that I would like to see in this role, and then I thought of Anthony Stewart Head, and I was like, oh my gosh, of course, he's perfect. He'd be great in this role. He's basically done it, but younger. So
Dallas,
Yeah.
you missed the memo that your Alfred had to be named Anthony.
hey,
What happened?
Yeah,
Wow.
You guys just left me out of something. I don't know. Whatever. I was gonna try to think of an Anthony on the spot. The first Anthony I thought of was Anthony Perkins, who's is he alive?
No.
I don't think he's alive.
Um,
Norman Bates. He kills people too.
What?
So it kind of fits in with yours.
Oh, okay.
Anthony Perkins played Norman Bates in the 60s.
All right, cool.
So the next character up on our list is Dick Grayson, the first Robin, who is now known as Nightwing.
You got something to say, Colin?
No.
Dick.
Except he's. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. Anyway, Dallas, who's your choice?
So, what I did with some of the characters, starting with Robin,
Yes.
is I cast a young version for the Robin, and then an older version for Nightwing.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So, to me, as you know, I watch Young Justice.
Yes.
And young Robin is just so fun and kind of mischievous, and like he's pretty snarky sometimes.
Yeah.
Like he has a situation where like, hey, I'm like 10, but I can beat you up, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's a dick.
Yeah,
Just in general.
that's Dick. So my young Robin, and I hope he's not anywhere in the DCEU. He's probably not yet. Finn Wolfhard.
Ooh, this is gonna get interesting later.
Oh boy. Don't know what you mean by that. But moving right along in time, as he grows older, he's Nightwing, and he's not so snarky anymore. Like he has that kind of like sarcasticness to him.
He becomes more of a serious leader.
Yeah, and he's just nicer. Like he's the mentor figure for all the other kids, but he's like super charming. But he can still beat you up if he wants to.
He grows up, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. And this one, I was like, who do I want for this? I was kind of aiming for a certain age. Someone I think could be very, very friendly and charismatic.
Okay.
I picked Josh Hutcherson.
Oh, I do like him. I considered him for quite a number of
He's
Robins.
so
and just
likable.
couldn't find a place.
Yeah, I found a place for him in another fan cast that we may get to at some point.
Wow, I thought nobody was thinking about him except for me. Well, that's good. But yeah, he's just such a nice dude. Seemingly.
He is. He's a genuinely
he's
nice
very
dude.
nice. He could definitely pull off the Nightwing role. He's just very nice, charming. He was in the Hunger Games, so he can probably fight. That's my logic. Don't question it. And kind of has a strong jaw.
He's a very strong draw.
Yeah, I think he could take a punch.
Colin.
Hey.
Hey,
Dick.
tell us about that dick, huh?
So
What that dick do?
Gabby's not here to stop
do you-
us.
Gabby doesn't usually stop
No.
us. Gabby just screams.
She just says my name loudly to like shame me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
She
Gabby's not
says
here to
everything
shame
loudly.
us.
Yes, you right.
Anyway, so my pick for Dick, my Dick pick.
Hey,
Yay.
dick pic.
Ooh, I'm proud of that one.
This is
So-
a mess. Okay, go ahead.
My Dick pick is Dylan O'Brien, mainly because I
That's
love him.
Also going to get interesting later on down the line.
Pretty
I'm
much. my
so
only
curious
reason.
about Demi's dick pics.
He's great. I love him in things.
Dylan O'Brien's amazing.
Yeah, and like he can do action stuff because he was in American Assassin. Didn't like the movie, but he did stuff in it.
And Maze Runner requires a small
This is
amount
also
of
true.
action
Also true.
as well. Not a lot of fighting, but a little bit.
American Assassin kind of made me mad because
I never saw it.
I didn't either. But here's the thing: when I first was fan casting a Batman Beyond, it was Dylan O'Brien as Terry and Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
And then they make American Assassin. And I'm like, you guys could have just did my Batman Beyond movie if you're going to have him be the mentor to the young, up-and-coming badass. Anyway.
You're like, how dare you?
Right? And now he's, I think, too old to play Terry. But whatever.
Yeah, he's like,
I just have some gripes with that movie that I never saw. Whatever. But yeah, good pick.
Thanks.
It's a decent dick pick. To me.
All right, so I went through a number of. I have 3.
Oh,
of course
Lord.
you do.
My first one was my first choice ever because Ben Affleck was Batman. So this
Right.
this one's actually technically probably too old to be Robert Pattinson's
Right, that's fair.
Dick.
You can just throw him at the DCEU.
But I'm still gonna use it anyway. Louis Tan.
Okay.
'Cause
I am not surprised.
I mean, yes, fantastic actor, fantastic at martial arts. He would be great. I feel like he's not like bulky in a like when it comes to musculature. So I feel like Dick is more of a character. He's a gymnast, so
Right.
he has a slimmer body frame. He's not
Yeah.
too bulky. So I felt like Louis Tan would be great for that. But he's a little too old for Robert Pattinson. So
Is he Robert Pattinson's age?
yes, he's like the same age as Robert Pattinson.
Right.
So my next choice, which I came up with last night, was Stephon James.
Who is that?
He's he did a miniseries called Shots Fired. He's in that TV show on Amazon called Homecoming. He's in a number of things actually, but he's really great. I remember watching him in Shots Fired, and he played a guy who really he believes in justice and he believes in the law and he wants to do things like the right way.
Right.
And I just felt like that was very fitting for a more mature Dick Grayson. Oh, he's also in If Beale Street Could Talk, Selma, Race.
Wait. I've seen that movie. Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
The main guy from Beale Street. He played Jesse Owens in Race.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's really great. He's just a really good actor. And I think that he could pull off the look as well.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yes.
Shout out to him.
Really good. And my final choice for Dick Grayson, in the comic books, he is half Romani.
Right.
So it was my goal to find a Romani actor. So I found this guy named Jesus Castro.
All right.
With his pretty blue eyes and his nice dark hair. Looks like he could be Dick Grayson. And I've seen a couple of clips of him acting and I'm like, yeah, he's really good. My only problem with him is I don't know if he speaks English.
I just looked him up and it's like,
because he's from Spain.
yeah, Spanish actor, Spanish.
All the Romani actors I found are from Spain.
Yeah, what? I don't know.
Yeah.
what
But
the
this one I don't
correlation
know
is.
if he speaks English, which is the only downside. But he looks the part, he can act. So if he could speak English, that would be great. Even if he was speaking accented English, I would be okay with it because why not? He's from a circus. It could be an international circus. He doesn't have to be American. There's nothing that says he has to be.
That's true. I would have some questions.
I
She was
would-
pretty young when his parents died. And he grew up in like New York.
It's fine.
Just never lost the accent. That's
It's
fine.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Some people don't lose their accents.
That's true.
It's okay.
That's true.
But yeah, that would be my choice. So next up, we have the first ever Batgirl, also known
Yes.
as Oracle, Barbara Gordon.
I only have one Barbara Gordon. So I was like, I'm not going to do this young and old thing for everybody. I'm just going to get right to it. Catherine Newton.
Interesting. I do love Catherine Newton.
Yeah.
She's great.
And
She was in Pokemon, Detective Pokemon, Pikachu.
Detective.
Oh,
Detective
she's
Pokemon Pikachu.
the reporter?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah.
And honestly, that's the reason I picked her because pretty much all of my Batman influences or whatever come from the cartoon.
Oh God.
And the way that
Except this one's not dating Batman.
No.
Good.
No. It was just like her personality and the way that when she starts, she's like kind of like Catherine's character in Detective Pikachu
Where
is
she's
like, I really want to be
enthusiastic.
in the action and like, we're going to get to the bottom of this and we're going to find out. And everyone else is just like, yo, can you relax? And she's like, no, we're going to do this.
Can you find some chill?
Exactly. And she's like, no, we're going to get to the bottom. Me and my side duck are going to fix this. And like the way she kind of just becomes Batgirl because she's really resilient and is just going to do it regardless. She kind of has that same energy.
She'd also be really good at the dramatic stuff. She's really, really good on Big Little Lies, where she plays Reese Witherspoon's teenage daughter and Zoe Kravitz's stepdaughter.
Interesting.
She's so good on that show for the small amounts of parts that she has in it. There was like a story arc in season 1 where she wants to auction off her virginity and give the money to charity.
That isn't great.
That's a thing to do.
Well, her mother was not pleased about it, obviously.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it's for charities.
But it was like a whole thing, and obviously, like, it gets kind of dramatic because obviously she gets into a fight with her mom about it. Season 2, she's just like, I don't want to go to college, and that was also another fight with her mom. She's really good, though. Like, it was really weird for me to see her go from Big Little Lies, or even, like, the small amount of times that she's been on Supernatural, and then to see her on Detective Pikachu playing a character that is so totally just different from both of those.
Yeah.
So she has range.
Definitely has range. I also saw her on The Society, which is a show that kind of just annoys me in general. But she's a good actress. in it. So I'm like, yo, you got skills, you got range. All right, Colin,
All right.
who's your Batgirl?
My choice was just, do you have red hair? I've seen you with red hair. All right, cool, we're good. So I went with Deborah Ann Woll because she's great and I like her.
Deborah Ann Woll. She's so great.
Yeah,
Interesting.
She's a fantastic actress. So good.
I like her a lot. And I think she could definitely be a superhero, so why not?
Yo, it'd be
Alright.
nice to see her as a superhero after seeing her play Karen Page on Daredevil. For those of you guys who don't know who Deborah Ann Woll is, she is most well known for her role as Karen Page on Daredevil and as Jessica Hamby on True Blood.
Yes.
And she was really good on True Blood.
She was.
So
yeah.
I've heard.
That's when I became a fan of hers. Range, man. So much range. Like, because you see her as Jessica, and that's like a totally different character than Karen Page.
Oh, I gotcha.
She's just so much is happening. And even then, on both of those shows, she has to go through so much change as those characters.
Mhm.
It's just, she's really good.
That's what's up. Shout out to Debbie.
She's also really good at D&D.
Debbie and Dragons. Oh.
All right. I also have 3 for Barbara Gordon.
Here we go.
Yes, you do.
This is where we're at, man.
Doesn't have to be.
But it's what I do. So
You made
we're
this
not,
choice.
Yeah, we're not going to stop here. This
You
is,
know
You have
who
dug
she
this
is.
grave, and all 3 of us are in it now.
that's cool. I'm just going to keep dragging you guys into it. So
That
Whack.
got dark.
So my first choice, a few years back, fun fact, I got challenged to create a Black Justice League,
Oh, yeah.
and then I dragged Dallas into doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And so I decided that I would just use my Batgirl from that, even though it goes against my rules of choosing people from DC television. I
Oh,
chose Macy Richardson Sellers.
And she plays.
She plays Vixen
Right, there it
on
is.
Legends of Tomorrow. She
Yes.
was also on the originals, which is where I first saw her act. And she is incredible. She is an amazing actress. I also feel like she went to university and studied, I think she got her degree in anthropology and something else. She double majored in like
That's what's
anthropology and archaeology or something like that. But she's like incredibly like intelligent as just outside of her character. And Barbara Gordon is already just an intelligent person as well. So I feel like she just would have that like naturally in her to play Barbara Gordon, that aspect of Barbara.
That makes sense.
But yeah, she's just great. She's awesome. My second choice, I decided, based off of a commercial actually, Margaret Qualley, who is most well known for
Who?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You say based off a commercial?
Yes.
What?
I'll show
kind
you
of
the commercial later. It's great. So she dances. She's actually a dancer. Margaret Qualley is a dancer, and she's also an actress. Her mother is Andie MacDowell, which is awesome. Andie MacDowell is cool.
Gotcha.
But she's a dancer, and she was in this commercial for a perfume or something. I don't know. But her body control is incredible because she's a dancer. If you put that like skill into fight choreography,
Yeah.
because fight choreography is almost like dance in and of itself.
Definitely.
You're just learning these movements and you have to like rehearse them and repeat them back. So she would be really good for something like that, and it would be really cool to see her put that talent into fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also, based off of what I saw in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she's really good on that in that movie for like the supporting role that she plays.
Oh, she's the one with the feet.
Yes, the one
Yes.
who's acting with Brad Pitt.
The one with.
Does
the
that really
feet.
only apply to one person in that
No,
movie?
but we know Margot Robbie's name.
And this woman's feet were like on the camera at
On
some
the
point. Like,
windshield.
they were just blam!
on the windshield.
Feet vision.
It was a whole lot. But yeah, she's really good. And I've heard that she's really good in other things that she has been in as well.
Nice.
So, but that commercial was the one that made me go, "Ooh, yeah, that girl."
What an interesting way to discover someone.
Exactly. Well, I mean, when you're sitting in a room watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood nonstop for days and days on end, you start looking up the people who are in that movie that you don't
That
have
makes
any
sense.
idea about. My last person for Barbara Gordon is my first choice, Zoe Deutsch. She's awesome.
Who?
I know that name.
Most well known, she's going to be in Zombieland 2 Double Tap.
Oh, her.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's also in Beautiful Creature. She was on a TV show called Ringer. Oh my gosh. She's been in a lot of stuff, to be honest. She was in a movie with James Franco. I think it's called Why Him, where she played Bryan Cranston's daughter.
Oh, that's her.
She was in a movie with Zac Efron. I think she was in Dirty Grandpa, as a matter of fact. Zac
didn't
Efron
see
and
that.
Robert De Niro. She's in a lot of stuff. Her and Aubrey Plaza were playing best friends in that movie, I think. She's in so much stuff. The first time I saw her was in Ringer, where she was playing Sarah Michelle Gellar's stepdaughter, who is a drug addict and kind of just over the course of the series becomes a better person. And she was incredible. Like, I was watching that show and I was like, you might be like one of the best actresses on this show. Like, the amount of range that you've been able to show in the span of a season
Yeah.
is incredible, especially because I think she was a teen actress at that point. Also, her
Wow.
mother is Leah Thompson, who is most well known for Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Was that a?
His mom.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That was weird.
So she already comes from a Hollywood family. Her mom is Leah Thompson. Her dad is Howard Deutsch, who is a famous director.
Oh, nice.
She would be great. I think I saw her tweet that she would love to play Batgirl. Somebody pointed out that they would love to see her play it.
It's funny.
And she said she would love to do that.
I was going to bring that up
dream.
because whenever you start your section, I'll take out my phone to Google whoever the hell you're talking about. And I looked up Zoe Deutsch, and there's an article that says, some fans want to see Zoe Deutsch as Batgirl, and she agrees. And I'm like, well, there it is.
Yeah, she would be great. And I think she's also at a good age to play Batgirl at this moment, because she's like 24, 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'd be super good. I'd be super
now,
stoked to see
since you brought that up,
her. Yes.
are you envisioning a Bruce Timm world?
No.
Cool.
I never imagined a Bruce
All right.
Timm world.
We're good.
Which, to be fair...
No, my Batgirl hooks up with Dick Grayson, and that's it.
Right. But also, to be fair, let's say Pattinson's probably like... Because
33.
Batman's probably like 30.
He's like 33.
Right,
Oh,
the
that's
actor
much
is.
better.
And then
that's at least
she's
not
like
as
24.
weird.
So yeah, so it's not like a situation where like Batman is like 40
Her
and
father
she's like
figure.
19. Yeah.
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 It's not as weird. I
Cool.
still don't want it, though.
Yeah.
Fair.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Bruce
so,
Timm, you've done a lot of great work, but I'm going to leave that
We gotta keep that
romance
out of everything.
out of the rest of the movies.
So, Jason Todd,
Jason Todd.
the second Robin, and Red Hood. He gets the short end of the stick out of all the Robins.
Yeah, he got beaten
Long
out
end
with
of
a
the crowbar.
Hey, you are so callous.
That was a dark one.
Too soon, Colin.
Is it?
It's really not.
It's only
That
been like
happened a
30-something
long
years.
time
Jason
ago.
Todd, I feel like, always gets ignored by media because he's the one that got beaten to death by the Joker.
Fun fact, since it's Batman Day, when we're recording, you guys probably already know this, but did you guys know that the fans voted for that?
Yeah, I was just about to bring that
That's
up.
so messed up. Like, they're like,
I think
hey.
it was they voted whether or not he would live or die.
Yeah, like I think it was like a cliffhanger thing, and they're like, hey, do you want him to live or do you want him to die? And they were like, kill him. So, wow. The 80s were a dark time.
Y'all are messed up, man.
Yeah, right? I like
Yeah.
Jason.
I
Anyway,
did too.
so Jason Todd also did the young Robin, older Red Hood situation.
Nice.
Because, we got to see him as Robin. Can't just show up as Red Hood. He could, but it'd be weird. I don't have a whole lot to say about who I picked for Robin, but I picked Brady Noon. Do you know who that is?
Who?
No.
I didn't think so. Good Boys.
Which
He's
one is
the
that?
one in
Is
Good
that
Boys who
Thor?
looks like he could be Jason Todd. Yes.
Oh.
So this kid, in real life, is probably a very sweet boy. But if you look at him, like when I saw the marketing for Good Boys, I'm like, that one is a troublemaker. Like if you look at the three of them, like this kid looks like he'd be stealing tires off the Batmobile.
Oh no. But you say it, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's definitely
exactly.
He's Jason Todd.
Definitely.
That's the one I'm seeing running around the streets and trying to fight Batman.
Exactly. So like, yeah. Also, he's just really funny and he's a good actor, so I like to see him in some more stuff.
Also, I could see him playing the younger version of Jason Todd on Titans too.
Oh yeah, that like
Yeah.
the bro-y one.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? I'm the new Robin. He's great. But moving on to the interesting part. After he gets crowbarred and blown up and all that fun stuff, and he gets brought back as Red Hood, I picked Dylan O'Brien. Because as sweet as Dylan O'Brien usually is, his, I guess let's call it stint as like evil Styles
Ooh, that was good.
or Void Styles or Dark Styles, whatever they call him now.
Dark Styles was the best.
Like-
well, yeah, it was Void Styles.
Yeah, Void
no,
Styles.
Gitsune.
Yeah. He is so good at playing the bad guy. And in a way that like Red Hood's not even the bad guy, but he kind of has that, I will shoot you and not think twice about it.
Yeah, that's who
And
he
I
is.
have rage inside me and I'm pissed off about it.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah. I also thought about Jensen Ackles.
Everybody
Because-
wants Jensen Ackles.
Because he was amazing at it in the cartoon, like voice wise. And I just think he's too old if we're gonna do.
Yeah. He also has a cool cosplay as Red Hood, though.
It was
so,
amazing.
yeah.
Shout out to Jensen Ackles.
That's what
I'm
happens
gonna
when
find
you-
a spot for you in the Fancast because you're great.
That's what happens when you have money.
Yeah, I feel you. He's dope, and he was amazing in the animated version. But sorry, dude, you're too old to be Pattinson's Red Hood. So Dylan O'Brien, for all the reasons I just said. So now he's two Robins today.
Hey.
Colin.
I don't think he's not on mine today.
Ah.
But next time you guys tune in, I'll say where he is.
Let us know if you want Jason Todd to die or live.
Stop.
Next time on Creative Differences.
Jesus.
Colin, who do you have for Jason Todd?
I have Matthew Daddario.
Okay, so I've
There's
been
another Daddario.
yes.
Yeah, Alexandra and
And Matthew.
Matthew.
I think they were like 2 out of 4 Dodarios for that matter. But I think there are only 2 in Hollywood.
Yeah. The other 2 don't matter.
I only knew
It's one of
about
those.
But yeah, Matthew, he was my Jason Todd for the longest. And I think the only reason I didn't put him on this list is because he's so close in age to Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I didn't really care about that.
Yeah, no, you didn't. I did though. So, but I'm glad somebody said him because he looks like or actually no, I didn't have Matthew as Jason. I had Matthew as Dick for the longest. He looks like Dick, but he could be Jason. He's got that dark broodiness on.
That was basically what I was going for. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dark and broody on Shadowhunters for a very long time.
I feel like you could beat Alec to death with a crowbar, and he'd kind of end up the same way.
Colin, do you watch Shadowhunters?
No, but I read the books, or
gotcha.
some of the 4 of the. He's written too many books.
He's read a few of them.
I read the first 4, I think. I don't know.
All right.
Matthew Daddario is a good choice, though. He's a really good actor.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah. All right. Jason Todd. Again, I have 3. My first one is Brandon Suhu.
Wait. I think I've heard that name.
What?
He is most well known for Tropic Thunder and
Oh my God.
Tropic Thunder and From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. From Dusk Till Dawn, the series is the reason why he's on my list as Jason Todd.
Wait, is he the kid in Tropic Thunder?
Yes, he is.
Oh my God, that's amazing. He grew up. He's
did.
from Pasadena. What the hell?
Yes, he is. Shout out to Pasadena.
Man. Shout out to Brandon Suhu.
He's
great in Tropic Thunder.
He's amazing in From Dusk Till Dawn. I also sent you guys that fan video he did where he was Zuko in an action sequence.
Dope.
He's really great. On From Dusk Till Dawn, I think he plays a character that I feel is kind of similar to Jason in the idea that he's part of this family, but he doesn't feel like he's part of the family. And then something bad happens to him, and then he feels even less like he's part of the family. So everybody else is trying to get him to, it's trying to draw him back in.
Yeah.
And trying to stop him from doing like bad things and crossing the lines and stuff like that. And that's who Jason is, I feel. So I feel like he would be really great at that. He's already done something very similar. So just throw the costume on him and he's ready to go. But he could also do the really eager kid who really wants to, help people, like from before Jason becomes Redhead.
Also, fun fact, in the animated movies Justice League versus Teen Titans and Teen Titans The Judas Contract, he plays Beast Boy apparently.
That makes sense.
So he's got some DC experience.
He's got some DC experience.
Oh my God, I love this kid.
My next choice is Benjamin Wadsworth, who is most well known for playing Marcus on Deadly Class.
I'm going to Google him.
I have heard on several occasions that he gives off very big Jason Todd vibes in his role as Marcus on Deadly Class. So I'm going to go.
Marcus is the main guy, right?
Yeah.
So, Demi, I'm just going to show you what comes up when I Google. You said Benjamin Wadsworth?
Yes. That's so funny. Yeah, that's weird. But
Apparently he's named after colonial American clergyman and educator.
I thought he's named
from
after
the
him.
1600s.
But
it's just a weird coincidence.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, keep going.
But he's a great actor. He's really young too. I think all of my Jason Todds are like 19, 20 years old at this moment in time.
That's good.
So yeah, I think he's turning 20 this year.
Well, Suhu is like 23.
Oh, is he like 23? Cool. Benjamin's like 20. Like I said, he's really amazing in Deadly Class. I would highly recommend that show. He's got the really dark and broody, completely introspective vibe going as that character. And he's already got some fight training from doing Deadly Class.
That makes sense.
So
I did read, I was in the library one day, randomly, and they had Deadly Class, and I was reading a bit of it. And yet everything Marcus says and thinks, it's like, oh man, you are so broody.
Yes.
But yeah, he'd be a great Jason Todd just going off of that.
Yeah, if you've read that comic, the TV show is basically word for word that comic. It's such a great adaptation of it. And because Benjamin plays a perfect Marcus, then yeah, he would play a perfect Jason. And then the last person on my list is Jacob Elordi from Euphoria. He plays Nate.
Is he the drug dealer?
No, he's the asshole white boy that nobody likes. This man is so good at acting because outside of the show, I'm just like, oh, you're so cute. But then I watch the show and I'm like, I hate your guts. He is so fantastic on that show. I mean, I think the final episode gives him there's a scene where that I think would be a great Emmy submission for him as a supporting actor. He's so good on that show. He goes to really, really dark places that even Jason doesn't go to, in my opinion. Because Nate is like the epitome of rich white male with privilege.
Okay.
He's like
Batman.
No. He's toxic.
Got it.
White male, rich privilege. Okay. Embodied as a person. He does things unchecked and nobody stops him. And he gets away with it even when they try to stop him. Like, he has committed so many crimes on this show and gets away with it. Like, he like has abused his girlfriend on the show. Ooh. And her mom noticed and called the cops on him. Mm-hmm. And he went to jail for it. And they, brought the girlfriend in and were trying to get her to confess to it. And they like had to cut her sweater off of her because she refused to pull it off because she's so in love with him that she doesn't want anything bad to happen to him.
Well, that's creepy.
But he has also beaten up men for her to the point of like, the guy was in like a neck brace and stuff like that. Like, he beat him down.
That's rough.
So yeah, this character is so awful, but he plays him so well and he's so good at it. And I'm just like, cool, rein it in. Rein it in. And he's also really, really tall.
Yeah, he's 6'4" according to Google.
6'4". So, superhero size. I'm about it.
He's also in the kissing booth.
He is, and I'm assuming that if he can go from playing the romantic lead of the kissing booth to playing one of the most hated characters of 2019, then he would probably be really good at playing Jason Todd. He at least has the range to pull it off.
Also, from what I've heard, The Kissing Booth is one of the most hated movies of 2018. So, shout out to you, kid.
I think that's why everybody was so shocked at his acting talent in Euphoria. Because, man, there's a scene where he has a breakdown in the last episode, and like, whew. I think they said that he got a concussion from doing it.
From doing the scene?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Well, he was like on the floor, like flailing around. Like, he's having a tantrum.
Goodness gracious.
So, yeah.
That show sounds exhausting.
That show can be exhausting, but it's also very beautiful to look at. So, next up on our list, Selina Kyle, Catwoman. Batman's, I won't say one true love, but...
Yeah, but the most recent, I guess.
I would say that she is his long-standing love.
Fair.
She's been around for years, and they just can't refuse one another, I guess. I don't know.
I mean...
When you fall in love with a criminal, and you're Batman...
What you gonna do?
He keeps doing it,
What you gonna do?
So, Selina Kyle.
All right, so...
Dallas, what you got? Because you said you think we have the same one, and I'm...
Did I say that?
Yes.
No. Wait.
I think you said it to me.
We have the same...
Zatanna.
Ah,
that'll come later.
You and I do not have the same Catwoman.
Oh, okay, cool.
We have the same something else. Anyway, so when we came up with this idea of Fancast, I was like, I don't know what's going on with the DCEU. I don't know what's going on with Pattinson.
Nobody knows what's going on with the DCEU.
So I was like, if they do... Because they're doing Birds of Prey.
Yes.
So I'm like, if they do keep up with this direction of the DCEU, conceivably there's a Catwoman out there somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I picked a Catwoman for the DCEU who is older.
Okay.
Because Ben Affleck is older.
Oh.
I don't want any gross
I feel
age
you.
gaps.
Absolutely.
And then I did one who's younger, closer to Robert Pattinson's age.
Fair.
Yes. I'm going to do younger and then older because that's how age works.
So who's Pattinson's Catwoman?
Scarlett Johansson.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
As many times as we make jokes.
She can play any cat in Hollywood.
That's true.
You're right. I agree with you completely.
Yeah. Wow. And I was like, yo, I'm so happy to find a white woman that I really want to cast Scarlett Johansson as so she can just, stay in her lane. But honestly, I really do like Scarlett Johansson. She said some weird stuff, and that's fine.
I'm in agreement with you. I'm like, I really love...
I think she's a great actress. And like, since she started being Black Widow, there was a point in time... It's funny. I had one of those Facebook memories a while back when I
saw
said,
it, yeah,
like Scarlett Johansson could play pretty much any comic book character, and I'd be fine with it. At the time, I didn't know that she was going to be trying to go through like the race lines and the tree lines and the species lines, all of that. I just meant any white woman character. But like, honestly, Catwoman was up there, and it's just like the way she plays Black Widow. There are so many qualities that I think could be in a good Catwoman. Like, you're a badass. You're mysterious.
You're sleuthy.
You look good in leather. You have ties to villainy, like in your past.
Yeah.
But honestly, you're pretty great at being a hero too. So like, yeah, she's just really dope. And she's played a lot of roles, I think,
She's played a lot of roles that just would allow her to be a good Catwoman, period.
Exactly. So it's like, it makes sense for me.
Her filmography is just so extensive for somebody her age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just played so many things. And it's just like, yeah, she would take a bit of that, 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 and you've got Catwoman. Most likely it's something that you could do with every film that she's done. Also,
Catwoman in my head is always blonde because of the cartoon. And I've seen Scarlett blonde so very much.
Yeah, she's rarely not blonde.
Exactly.
So.
Boom.
can't think of many times where she hasn't been.
Also,
That's
she's
fun.
just very hot. So, moving on to the older one. I don't know how to preamble this. Kate Beckinsale.
Ooh. I'm about it.
Right? Because, you know,
Because she's amazing.
for all those reasons. And also, Selina in Underworld
Yes.
is like so badass.
It's funny.
She is actually close to Ben Affleck's age, I believe.
Oh yeah, she's
Kate Beckinsale.
older. She just looks
she's older.
fantastic.
She just looks amazing. She's a complete badass whenever she needs to be. And I found out she can do an American accent. And I had to do research for this.
Yes, I
Yeah.
feel like I've
I
seen
had to
her
look up
do
like a random
something.
interview because I didn't know if she could.
Have I never seen her in a movie where she's done an American accent?
I hadn't. I just found a clip from one and I was like, that works for me.
I feel like I've seen her at least one, but I can't think of it right now. It's funny because you said that, and my brain also always automatically just goes to Van Helsing
Oh, right.
because I love her in Van Helsing. That was
Yeah.
the first thing I ever saw her in, and that's when I became a Kate Beckinsale fan.
Right.
Because Anna Valerius is awesome.
It's
She's
funny.
also a badass.
Yeah. It's funny because I never really paid that much attention to the Underworld movies. Kayla loves them.
I love them too.
Like the whole series, she's about it. But then one day at our job, I think it was before the most recent one, Blood Wars or whatever it's called.
whatever it
Gang
was.
Wars, you know.
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, they
Cool.
posted. There's a poster of her, and she has this jacket and two guns, and her eyes are like bright blue. And I was like, "Yo, this is really freaking dope." She looks amazing. Like someone's gonna fall in love off this poster alone. But I was like, "Yo, Kate Beckinsale is really like about that action.
She's dope.
She's really dope." I was so happy to find her because I was like, I need someone old enough that they could conceivably be with someone Ben Affleck's age and it's not weird.
Okay.
And I found her, and I was so
Yeah,
happy.
she could actually conceivably be with Ben Affleck, and it's not awkward.
Exactly.
We don't have to deal with weirdness.
Yeah, so shout out to Selina. That's my older Catwoman.
Colin.
Cool.
Talk about that cat.
Cat.
Kitty cat.
You could go so many ways with that. Anyway.
Meow.
Fun fact: Margaret Qualley's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is Pussycat.
Well,
Colin, Catwoman.
Well, all right. Glad we went there. So, my choice for Catwoman is Zazie Beetz.
Hey.
interesting.
Because
That
she's
is an
great.
interesting choice.
And I like her. There you go.
To be fair, Joker is not in the DCEU, so that doesn't break any of my rules.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Didn't even consider
I
that at
forgot
all.
about
So,
that. Yeah, that's dope.
I mean, that's why we're doing this fancast, right?
True, yeah, you know, movies.
but like, yeah, between Van and Domino, like, she's great. And I want to see her in more things. And like, obviously she can hang with superheroes. So like, yeah.
Zazie can do anything.
Yeah, we are big fans of her across the board.
Although having to watch her sneak into a house with that big ass fro would be.
I'm with it though.
Yeah, there's gonna be some. How you gonna put that in the freaking Catwoman mask with the ears and the little hat?
I don't know
Yeah.
how you do it.
We'll figure it out. She'll figure it out. I'd definitely watch it.
I would watch it too.
Yeah.
All right. So, first up on my list, in recent news, they've been saying that Matt Reeves is looking for a Zoe Kravitz type actress to play Selina Kyle.
But not Zoe Kravitz.
So why not just cast Zoe Kravitz?
Like,
so Zoe
what does
Kravitz
that
is the first person
mean?
on my list.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I saw that description and I was like, well, then cast Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz is the person on my list then. That's the first person
Like,
on
I
my list.
could get it if you meant like, if you were talking about somebody older, like if you're casting someone British. I don't know. If you said you wanted someone like Patrick Stewart, but younger, I could see that, right?
Yeah.
But like, this is like what?
Zoe
just
Kravitz is the
cast
perfect
her
age
if
with
you're looking
Robert
for someone
Pattinson.
like her.
It's
what are
really
you
funny.
doing?
It just reminds me of like if you go on YouTube, producers will like post one of their beats and say like, this is like a YG type beat, and it's like they don't want to get sued, so they're gonna like make it as close as they can without actually saying it's that. So it's like, oh yeah, we want a Zoe Kravitz type actress,
But not
like, you
Zoe Kravitz.
It's not Zoe Kravitz, but it's close.
Also, she also happens to be in my Black DC fan cast that I made years ago as Catwoman.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, she's
You
got.
and Matt Reeves are on the same page.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, Matt Reeves, you need to hit me up because like, yo,
Yeah, right.
let's go. What's
Where the
up?
job's at.
But like, yeah, she's got the seductress, sensual sort of just naturally about her. I don't know if it's just because of the roles that Zoe Kravitz has done. She has that, but also she can be really warm. I've seen her be very motherly on Big Little Lies, in Ken. She's great.
Is she the one who did that weird ASMR commercial? The
Yes.
Super Bowl? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. that was a thing. Also, she looks good in black. So
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz. I don't see why that's. You're looking for a Zoe Kravitz type. Just cast Zoe Kravitz if she's interested.
That is
obviously.
the simple solution. Do you have 3 Catwomen as well?
I do.
Of course.
My second choice
Yes.
is somebody who I was avoiding putting on my list for the longest time
Ooh.
because that was the choice when Ben Affleck was Batman, and I was like, this age difference is not working for me.
Right.
But now that it's Robert Pattinson, I'm okay with it.
Uh-huh.
It's Asa Gonzalez.
Okay. Got you.
Once again, another person who just kind of exudes sensuality.
Definitely.
People have photoshopped her as Catwoman, and it looks amazing, including our favorite Boss Logic.
Yeah.
And she's a great actress. She's done enough roles in action pieces that I know that she can do it. From Dusk Till Dawn, the series is where she's done most of her action work, and she's done fight scenes, and she's done all of that, and she's great at it, and she's a great actress, and she's an up-and-coming actress, too. She's getting a lot of work at this moment in time. Mm-hmm. And I also would really like to see her in a superhero film. However, there's only one other DC superhero that I would like to see her more as, which is why she's only my second choice.
Interesting. Well, she's also in Baby Driver. She's a literal criminal.
Yeah, exactly.
So like she plays it well.
She's been a criminal in Baby Driver. She does the action stuff in From Dusk Till Dawn and in Alita. I'm assuming, I haven't seen it, but I know she's in it, and I'm sure that she's only in like an action set piece.
Right.
But yeah,
she's dope.
She's dope, and I love her. She's great. She's cool people.
And she was on Twitter talking about how much she likes the new Lion King. So she's just like me in that regard. So
right? She was like, I don't see why you guys are complaining. What were you guys expecting?
I was like, yo, shout out to you.
I was like, Dallas, did you ghostwrite this tweet?
We're kindred spirits.
Are you hanging out with Asa Gonzalez without telling me what's happening?
I wish.
All right, my last choice. In recent years, I think, they have made Selina half Cuban.
Really?
So yes.
I didn't know about that at all.
So I decided to go with a Cuban actress.
That makes sense.
Ana de Armas.
Oh, yeah, she is Cuban.
Ana de Armas is most well known for Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
That movie, oh my gosh. I came out of that movie and was like, Ana de Armas is a star. Like,
yeah, she's great.
She's amazing in that. I think most people were like, Ana de Armas is a star when they came out of that movie.
I'll have her as another DC character that we'll get into at some point in the future, maybe one day. But yeah, she's dope.
She's an incredible actress. And
it's funny, she's also half Cuban.
Yes, exactly.
I think she's Spanish as well.
Yeah, and she's also, I feel like she's got the body type to be a cat burglar.
Yeah. She can sneak around.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen her do any action roles yet. The keyword being yet.
Not that I can think of.
She's also going to be in Knives Out, which is coming out later this year.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, she's just phenomenal. Like, when you're in a Blade Runner movie and you're stealing attention from Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford,
right,
you're doing something right.
Yeah.
She's incredible in that movie, especially because she's playing a character that is non-corporeal.
Right, she's basically
she's a hologram.
A really futuristic Siri.
Yeah, she's AI hologram. So, like, for her to play that character and to put so much warmth into it and make you forget that she's not... To make you care so much about a character that you know probably doesn't actually have feelings at all,
right, like
but it's programmed to feel this way, and to not want to lose that character as you go further into the film, that's incredible on her part.
Yeah.
And she's great. So I would love to see her, like... I'm glad that she's getting big jobs now. And
I respect it.
Playing Catwoman against Robert Pattinson is only one more job to add to her resume.
I like all your Catwomen.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yours
that.
too, Colin. So that's just dope.
Thanks.
Also, you guys always talk about my obscure actors. All three of those
That's true.
are not obscure.
I didn't have to look up any of them.
Obscure in this group.
Yeah.
Asa and Anna might be obscure in some circles.
Maybe. At this point, I think Ace is recognizable enough.
Yeah.
I don't know about Anna. Yeah, I didn't have to Google any of that.
Nope, you didn't. I also have some bonus castings before we sign off for the day.
Wow.
Because we didn't do Jim Gordon.
Look at you.
That's true.
We decided not to do Jim Gordon.
That's true.
Because we couldn't figure out what's going on with this Batman movie.
Right.
So my Jim Gordon, my first one is Blair Underwood.
Ooh, I like that. That's
I
really dope.
know that name, but I can't picture who that is.
He's been in so much stuff.
I can't think of something that you would have seen that to be in.
Yeah, I can't think
Is
of anything
he
you have seen, but...
Andrew on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Is that his name?
Yes, he is Andrew on Agents
Yeah,
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he's
vibe
so
with that.
smooth, and like I feel like he can play like... He would be a black man who's a cop.
Yeah.
Obviously, this version of Jim Gordon is my Maisie Richardson Sellers Batgirl version. It's a dad.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
So he's a black guy who would be a cop. You got to be able to code switch and be like that respectable guy.
Yeah.
Like, especially because he becomes so high up in the rankings. And like, I feel like Blair Underwood is the type of man who exudes that sort of sensibility and respectability that he could pull it off.
Yeah, like in Dear White People.
Yeah. And then my second choice is Bryan Cranston, which is funny because
that's amazing.
As I was talking about Zoe Deutsch's filmography earlier, I realized that he had already played her father. So.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect.
So, yeah, but Bryan Cranston would also just be...
He'd be an amazing Jim Gordon.
A great Jim Gordon.
Oh, my God.
I also don't think he's done a superhero movie.
Unless you count Power Rangers.
Yeah, which I don't. So
Well, then no, he hasn't.
But no,
to
he,
my knowledge.
he hasn't done one. And my other bonus casting was for Penguin, because you said you didn't care enough to put him on the villain list.
Sure didn't.
And it was funny because you said, we don't care enough about that. Just put Josh Gad and call it a day. And it was funny because Josh Gad is actually,
Yeah, I mean,
that's my choice.
yeah.
And Josh Gad has also kind of campaigned for the role. So, also, like, if you're going to go from Danny DeVito to, like, a current contemporary actor, like, I feel like Josh Gad is the way to go.
I'm not sure what that means about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I mean,
What?
like, you know, like, performance-wise, like, I feel
Okay.
like that's not a hard jump.
That's fair. Josh Gad has made his share of, I guess, like goofy.
He's a goofy
Kinda,
dude.
he can definitely do the camp of that Penguin,
And
which
the
I don't
rum-
think they'd go for.
I don't know. The rumor is that he's going to be in The Batman.
Right.
So, I mean, not Josh Gad. I mean, Penguin.
Right, the Penguin, yeah.
So, I don't know. They might.
You never know.
But even then, Josh Gad doesn't have to play it campy.
Exactly.
Josh
He can play it straight.
Yeah, Josh Gad doesn't always do goofy things.
Yeah,
he can
was
be
dope
serious.
in Murder in the Orient
Express.
Express.
Yes.
The train. Run the train, the movie. What, Colin?
Okay.
And that's all, guys. Thank you guys
excuse
for
you,
joining.
that's Snowpiercer.
Ah, you're right. Didn't see that.
Thank you guys for joining us for our Bat Famcast.
Yes.
We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you guys' thoughts are on these Fancasts. Do you agree? Do you guys have your own choices that you guys would like to see on the big screen?
I'll bet you do. Hopefully. Just comment
Sounded
something.
confrontational.
I bet you do. You're going to have a choice. But yeah, as always, shout out to Crown Digital. They put us on the things. Spotify and Apple Podcasts specifically. Shout out to Demi for some excellent visuals that you see if you've been on YouTube this whole time. And just, shout out to us. Shout out to Batman. Shout out to shout outs. You can find me. What, Colin?
You may continue.
Thank you, sir. Happy 80th anniversary to Batman. Happy Batman Day. You can find us all together on Twitter at y'all_different. And you can find us on Tumblr at Creative Differences Podcast. And you can find us on Facebook if you just search for it, because that's where we are. You can find me on Twitter at a king named Simba.
You can find me on Twitter at Duck McGuck.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dreamy Films. Dreamy is spelled Dreemi. Thank you guys once again for joining us.
Yes, it's been different.
No.
Batman.